Hi guys, I do apologise for the lack of videos, but today I'm gonna try and make up for it by doing a pretty long ass video. Okay, so I'm a dog trainer and I do realise that this is going to be slightly off topic, but I'll relate it to dogs so it's interesting, I promise. Well, I'll try and make it interesting. So the last year has been quite eventful and lots has gone on, and it's been quite hefty, quite intense, and mentally it's been pretty hard. I have been struggling a little bit, but slowly getting a grip on that. But it is Autism Acceptance Week, and I promised people that I would do some videos for Autism Acceptance Week, because quite frankly I call it Acceptance Week. I call it Acceptance Week because people are aware of autism now. People know what it is. However, we need people to understand and accept it, okay? And the reason why I'm doing videos on it is I think there's a lot of dog trainers out there that are autistic. I would go as far to say at least 60%. I am happy to have those stats challenged. I'm just plucking them out of the air, no evidence whatsoever. Feel free to challenge me on that, that's all cool. And to be honest, I think as well, since Betsy is the owner trained assistance dog, I am very much in the owner training disability, autistic, neurodivergent community, and I also believe that as much as possible I would like to help others that potentially might be teaching those that are autistic or neurodivergent. So I'm going to make a little bit of a video really, just not to make people aware. Awareness is done. Awareness is so 1999, okay? We need acceptance. We need understanding, okay? We need to ditch this whole thing of viewing neurodivergent and autistic people as broken, okay? It's the way we're wired, okay? And expecting us to be people we're not is highly damaging, okay? And that fact needs to get out there, okay? For too long, too many of us, including myself, have masked for far too long, and it can have horrible side effects. It can take its toll on mental health. Loads of people who are autistic, especially women, have remnants of PTSD, anxiety, eating disorders, depression, loads of different mental illnesses and stuff. And that's because that the expectation for such a long time with those that are autistic are very much about us changing who we are at heart and who we are wired to be, to make other people feel comfortable around us. I mean, how bizarre is that? In fact, wrong is that? I find it as ridiculous. I'm sorry if this seems ableist or discriminatory or anything like that, but I see that as ridiculous as expecting a diabetic to grow new pancreas. I see it as ridiculous as an amputee trying to grow another leg. They're not lizards at the end of the day. It's like, and prosthetics probably have their own downside. I know this is probably a really bad comparison, but hopefully you can get what I'm talking about. Now, the stress and the pressure of masking, which is really common in autistic females, can have pretty awful effects. And I want more people to realise that actually you don't need to mask anymore, okay? And actually masking is doing us more harm than good, okay? Now, I get why you do it. Trust me, I really do. I get why you want to be socially accepted by others. I get why you don't want to seem awkward. I get why you don't want to be seen as vulnerable. I get all of that. And masking, I believe, is something that you only should be using as a life or death thing, because the sheer exhaustion that it causes is, you know, it's unethical to expect us to be doing it all the time, or even frequently, or even occasionally. This masking really should be a rare event, in my opinion. It's, you know, it's something there. It's a survival mechanism, because let's face it, autistic people, and very often neurodivergent people, are already on fight flight 24/7. Okay, that's why we're prone to overload. You know, that's why we're prone to sensory processing problems. That's why we have meltdowns, shutdowns, etc. You know, so it's pretty unrealistic to expect us to keep at that mask, to keep acting like neurotypical. Okay, it's rather like I compare it to asking a gay person to be heterosexual, okay, or someone that believes that they were supposed to be born as a man and they want to transition to live their right life as a woman, okay, or as someone who's black, to expect them to dye their skin white. You know, it's a ridiculous notion. So why do we expect it of autistic people to, you know, just cover themselves up, be ashamed of themselves, and, you know, hide who, what they are, what defines them? And yes, I did just say that, what defines them, because I'm not a fan of, for autism, a person first language. I'm not a fan of it, because I believe people should take ownership of their autism, okay? I'm autistic and I'm proud to be autistic.